I feel really lucky to have grown up with parents, grandparents who had a kind of land ethic, and I don't know where my granddad really got it, that we are a part of this place, like a part of our body. You know what I mean? It's who we are, and we have to take care of it. He wants to leave this place in better shape than when it came to him.
And you take a certain pride in the land and a connection with it that is endangered by an outside enterprise coming in.
The Ton River was our source of water. We did not have running water in my home for a long time.
If you're going to have a ranch, or if you're going to have a farm, there's lots of things you need, but there's one critical thing that everyone in agriculture requires, and that's water. And we don't value water nearly enough.
Well, I mean, this ranch has been in my family since the late 1800s, but the minerals we only own, our family only owns about a quarter of the minerals that we are on top of. The Mines land people were coming around and really kind of lying to people and telling them, oh, your neighbors have all signed and they've all sold out, and you're surrounded by it, you might as well sign here.
So when the coal companies did this, the local landowners started kind of getting together and talking, and when they first came in, they wanted to strip mine and they wanted to basically buy us out.
Probably one of the most important aspects and reasons for not wanting a strip mine is loss of water.
And so they had to do this brave thing, which was to talk to their neighbors about what they were doing.
A lot of us landowners and people in the area were getting concerned when there was a redevelopment of coal mining proposed for the area, and then power plants and the use of water. And then we discovered that there was a document put together by the federal government, big industry oriented, called the North Central Power Study.
My parents went to the to Colstrip to the North Central Power Study meeting, and they heard about these huge, massive plans to develop, coal mines, power plants, slurry lines, railroads. And my parents came back from that meeting. The way Mom describes it, they were just furious and frightened.
They decided that they should have a group.
Oh, well, I'm Ann Charter, and I'm one of the founders of the Bull Mountain Landowners in Northern French Resource County. When we first started our organization, it was a specific thing to oppose strip mining in the Bull Mountains, but as the organization
Montana, there were some young people just kind of getting out of college and wanting to do something meaningful, and so they were kind of hearing about these ranchers fighting the coal companies.
I came back to Billings after I graduated from college, so I got introduced the sort of young college graduates who were kind of the cohort consortium of folks that began to work with the ranchers around strip mining.
I got a call from Ann Charter, and she said, we've started this organization to fight strip mining. Would you guys be interested in coming home and being staff members? We need somebody to, do the work. We said, sure, not knowing what the hell that was.
It goes back to North Central Power Study. There were proposals for power plants, gasification plants all over the place. The real issue was they're going to dewater everything.
An old rancher friend of mine kind of explained it sort of like a bathtub. If you pull the plug on the bathtub, the whole bathtub drains. So that's kind of like the aquifer. You put a big mine in one part of it, you are going to drain the whole area.
Updated the Siting Act in 1975, passed the Water Use Act, and then eventually filed, for the first reservation in the Yellowstone River.
Tongue River Railroad had kind of popped back up. It kept growing and changing, and we'd have a win, and then it would keep coming back to life.
And I felt so proud of our Cheyenne leadership that they stood up as men, as warriors, and said, hey, we are not going to allow this. We are opposed to the proposed Tongue River Railroad. One of these days, you know, my grandkids or maybe my great-grandkids might ask me, Grandma, what did you do to help us preserve Mother Earth? And I'll be able to say, hey, I spoke up for you.
We didn't get all of the number of power plants that were proposed for the area, but we got some of them. And we found out that industry and the federal government were willing to sacrifice water quality and water quantity to take care of a lot of these things.
And I think it was a surprise to the opposition to realize that we, as member organizations, had the power to overcome whatever it was that they wanted to do to us.
I can be so worried about something that's happening in Montana, and then I'll go to a board meeting or I'll go to a meeting, and the feeling of like, wow, these great minds, an incredible dedication, and we're gonna be okay.
What Northern Plains teaches us is that an organized group of people with heart and grit can stand up to any Goliath and win. Many of us involved in Northern Plains will tell you that our lives are richer and deeper for having been involved. We experienced and came to understand that justice doesn't happen on its own. We must make it happen.